This is a test of the emergency broadcasting system. Just kidding, it's just me doing a tutorial. It's Brian. So today I'm gonna do a networking tutorial on Packet Tracer. This is a basic networking video, and what I'm gonna do is put together a few devices here. This video is aimed at somebody that has no experience or previous experience with networking. Alright, so I'm gonna grab a PC and we're gonna call this computer number 1. Computer uno. Then we're gonna grab a laptop and I'm gonna place this laptop here. We got that guy. Let's see. Here's a wireless tablet. Here's some generic wireless device, so that could be anything. Alright, so these are devices that typically you would find in a network. So network, you have a network in your home. If you have a home internet, then you have a home network. Your computers are connected to your network. So what we're going to do is we are going to network. We're going to create a little network out of these devices. So if you're studying for like the CCNA or any of the other certifications that you can get, I'm trying to think of the other one. CompTIA or any of those certifications, then you more than likely need to know these devices that I'm about to share with you right now. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna grab a switch. So here's a 2960 switch. Alright, so if you can follow my mouse at the bottom of the screen, let's just go over a few of these devices. So this first tab here, we have network devices. Okay, if I click on this first tab, then we can see some devices that would fall under this category of network devices. So we have routers, switches, hubs, wireless devices, security, and WAN emulation. We'll go over all of these eventually, but for the simplicity of this video, since it's the first video, we're going to try to keep it simple. And we're just going to do a switch, but eventually we'll hit the rest of those. All right, so I have a switch here. As you can see, there are different types of switches. We'll eventually go over what all of these are, but again, to keep this video simple, we're just going to grab this 2960 switch. Now, what a switch is a device that allows you to connect your computers to, or you can basically use a switch to just extend your network, make your network bigger. So, for example, if I have 5 PlayStations in my home and they all need to be online at the same time, a switch can make that happen. I can plug all 5 of my PS4s or PS5s right now into that switch. Okay. What you just saw right now on the screen with this, let's see if I can get that to come back up. But it showed you how many ports. There you go. It shows you 24 ports. So this switch has 24 connections that I can use, that I can plug things into on that switch. All right. So again, we have a wireless device here. I have no idea what that is, just some type of wireless device. We have a computer, a laptop, a tablet, and a switch. So now I'm going to go to connections. And let's see what type of connections we have. All right, so you have to look at the bottom middle of the screen to see the description of the connection, all the way at the bottom towards the middle. But you should see the name changing. So we have console connections. We have a copper straight through connection, crossover, fiber, phone, coax, serial, and so forth. There's some other ones, USB and so on. To keep this video simple, we're going to automatically choose the connection type. So that's this lightning bolt right there. We're going to select that, and we're going to go from the switch to the computer. So what that means is we ran a physical cable from the switch to the computer. So let me pause for 1 second, because some people are visual learners instead of well, I guess this would be visual, but let me give you another visual example of what we're doing right now. So I'm going to Google, I'm going to type in switch connected to computer and see if any images come up so that I can give you another visual of what the configuration that we're doing right now. All right, so I think I found a decent one. So right here, this image right here, this is what we're doing right now. This guy, right? Oh no, not really. That's a bad example. Here's a better example, I guess. So this right here, this thing that says switch would be this device here, and you see the physical cable that's running from this switch to the computer. So the cable's running, physically from this switch to the computer. This is what we're doing right now. All right, so we're not going to physically connect the laptop. That's going to be a wireless connection. Same thing with the tablet and the same thing with this device. All right, so we're going to complicate things. We're not going to complicate things. We're just going to take it a little step further. Since this is a basic networking class, we're going to teach you some enterprise networking stuff. So I'm going to go back down to network devices, and I'm going to go to wireless devices, and we're going to select a 2504. All right. Now what a 2504 is a wireless LAN controller. In short, it's just a device that can assist you with programming access points. It does a whole bunch of things, but in short, we use it to manage our access points. That's what it is. All right, so I'm going to grab some APs. Here's an AP, and AP stands for access points. So these are the devices that give your wireless devices internet service. This is how your wireless devices receive internet service, through the access point. All right, so we have our controller. Now let me show you what the 2504 looks like. All right, 2504 is this guy right here. This is the Cisco 2504 wireless LAN controller. It has 4 ports. It has a console connection port. I'm glad that we see that, because eventually we'll go over what a console connection is. And yeah, that's it right there. So we need to plug this guy in. Right now it's not plugged into anything. So we're gonna go back to our automatic connection. We're gonna click on the 2504, then we're gonna click on the switch. All right, is there anything else we can connect? Yes, we need to connect these APs. So instead of plugging the APs directly into the controller, we can plug them into this switch and they'll still work. You may not understand how any of this works now, but eventually we will. Eventually you will. So physical connection coming from the switch to the access point, from the switch to the access point. All right, so now let's understand, or let's take a look at what we have here. And actually, there's another access point here. I need a connection from here to there. Okay. All right, so this is a basic network. We just created a basic network. Wait, somebody needs access, the laptop. So I could go the little more complicated route and try to configure this laptop to connect wirelessly. But for the sake of keeping this video short, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to plug it in directly. So bam, bam. Now the laptop is plugged into the switch as well. This green that you see indicates that there's connectivity there. Okay, we'll cover all this, what the orange means and red and all that, at some point. But for right now, this is a basic network. So what do we have on our network? We have the switch, which I didn't put a cable modem in the mix because there's something providing internet to the switch, and that's not in this diagram. I guess I can throw one in just to make this a little easier to understand. So the cable modem is providing internet to the switch. And all of these devices connected to the switch are getting internet via that cable modem through the switch. Okay. So we have this computer that's connected to the switch. This access point, that access point, this access point, this access point. You see the wireless wave here? That means that this device is getting its internet from this access point here. Same thing here. I wonder if I move this. Let me see if I add a new wireless device. Let's see what happens. Let's add Let's add a wireless tablet over here. A wireless tablet over here. Hey, okay, they got access off of a different access point. That's what I was hoping would happen. So APs, the purpose of access points are to provide internet service to these end devices. As you saw, I added the wireless device, and that's what the AP did. Perfect example, or another example would be if you go into a hospital, they have access points in those hospitals. That's how you get your internet access. If you're sitting in there and you want to hop on the internet, 9 times out of 10, there's an access point that you're getting internet service off of. So this is a very, very basic, just introduction to what a network is. I can build on this. If you have any questions, you can post it in the comments below, and we'll build on top of this and just keep on moving. Let me know what questions you got.